welcome. This is Luntha TV News and I'm Kathy Matura bringing you news with hope and faith live from the Bishop Navy Media Center here in Lilongwe. First, the headlines. Pope Leo XIV says the Lord's ascension draws humanity toward the Father, fostering communion and peace. Public Accounts Committee of Parliament calls for government's intervention over Malawi Housing Corporation's 6.5 billion partial losses. Malawi Revenue Authority reports strong uptake of new electronic invoicing system. And in international news, Ebola outbreak kills 88 in Democratic Republic of Congo as the World Health Organization declares a war emerges. And now the news in detail. Pope Leo XIV has reflected on the mystery of the Lord's ascension, emphasizing that Christ rising into heaven is not a distant event of the past, but a living reality that continues to draw believers into deeper communion with the Father and with one another. Speaking during the Regina Coeli on Sunday in St. Peter's Square, the Holy Father addressed approximately 20,000 pilgrims and visitors, noting that in many parts of the world the Church was celebrating the solemnity of the Ascension of the Lord. We have a Vatican News report read by Cherit Chilanga.
The Pope explained that the Ascension reveals the intimate bond between Christ and His Church, describing it as a mystery in which the faithful are united to the Lord as members of His body. In this communion, Christ continues to draw humanity toward the fullness of life with the Father. He further reflected that the entire life of Jesus is marked by a movement of ascent through which the Son of God embraces humanity and the whole of creation. In this redemptive movement, Christ elevates human nature, restoring it from the condition of sin and opening the way to salvation. The Holy Father noted that in Christ's Paschal mystery, humanity is brought from darkness into light, from injustice into reconciliation, and from despair into hope, culminating in the definitive victory of the risen Lord over death. Pope Leo XIV also highlighted that the Ascension establishes a living bond between heaven and earth, guiding believers toward heavenly glory while already transforming their daily lives. This journey, he said, shapes Christian thought, action and relationships in accordance with the heart of God. He pointed to the example of the Blessed Virgin Mary and the saints who embody this path of ascent through faithful discipleship. He also recalled the quiet witness of ordinary believers, often described as the saints next door, who live the gospel with simplicity and dedication in their daily lives. The Pope encouraged the faithful to support one another on this journey of spiritual growth, noting that through mutual encouragement and prayer, Christians are helped to rise day by day toward heavenly realities by focusing on what is true, just, and worthy of love. He concluded by affirming that the divine life received in baptism continually lifts believers toward the Father, allowing communion with God to grow within them and bear fruit in the world through peace and unity.
The Parliamentary Committee on Public Accounts (PAC) has called for government intervention to support the financial recovery of the Malawi Housing Corporation (MHC), particularly in the recovery of outstanding rental arrears owed by tenants. PAC chairperson Steve Malondera made the remarks after an engagement with MHC leadership expressing concern over the institution's worsening financial position. He warned that continued losses could threaten MHC's ability to deliver affordable housing services to Malawians, stressing the need for urgent corrective measures. Alison Banda with the details.
The meeting was informed that Malawi Housing Corporation recorded cumulative losses exceeding to 6.5 billion Malawi kwacha between 2020 and 2025, with projections indicating an additional loss of about 1.9 billion Malawi kwacha in 2026 if no action is taken. Malondela said the PAC recognizes important role Malawi Housing Corporation plays in the housing sector and believes government support is necessary to help the corporation recover debt and restore financial stability.
It has not been posting profits, and we wanted to have an interface to understand what is happening. And we've noted that interest, and we're just having an interface to understand who are still owing the institution. And some of the institutions, you're looking at government institutions like the MTF, you're looking at prison, you're looking at the police. So currently we're looking at ways on how we can ensure that that money over one.
In his remarks, Malawi Housing Corporation Chief Executive Officer Bob Chimkango attributed the losses to several operations and structural challenges, including a significant reduction in corporation's housing stock over the years.
Malawi Housing Corporation is a sleeping giant. The story that is told out there is that we are struggling, but we are not struggling. We are just strangled, as I said. Malawi Housing Corporation has the capacity, has the potential to grow, but being a government institution, being a public institution, what we need is now the political will to let us grow. We should be set free to say, now you can do other avenues to generate income. Tell us what to do, we'll do it. Give us what to do, we'll do it.
Malawi Housing Corporation has since appealed for enhanced government backing and policy reforms to strengthen its financial position, expand housing infrastructure, and meet the growing demand for housing services across the country.
The Malawi Revenue Authority (MRA) says most VAT registered taxpayers have already been onboarded onto the new electronic invoicing system (EIS), indicating a strong early uptake on the digital tax platform introduced this month. Speaking in an interview with Luntha Television, MRA spokesperson Wuma Chalulu said the system, which began operating May 1st, is performing well despite some businesses missing the initial deadline. Constance Kamtemeni reports.
Chalulu stressed that the EIS is not a new tax, but a digital system designed to improve transparency and efficiency in value-added tax collection. She said the initiative aims to align tax administration with technological advancements while ensuring the country collects accurate revenue for nation development. She added that MRA is continuing to engage businesses that have not yet joined the system, with officers providing support through regional offices in the call center.
As a union of Marangalanga Motor Spares, Lilongwe Motor Spares, our main concerns, the traders of Marangalanga Motor Spares, is that this system, the MRA, is wanted to introduce, or it has already introduced, is that
the Malawi Revenue Authority introduced the EIS to replace electronic fiscal devices (EFDs), which have been in use since 2014. MRA has indicated that it will provide an update on revenue performance under the new system at the end of the month.
First Deputy Speaker of Parliament Victor Musowa has called on members of Parliament and oversight committees to strengthen legislative oversight and adopt lifestyle auditing as key tools for promoting accountability, transparency, and effective management of public resources. Musowa made the remarks in Lilongwe on Monday during the official opening of the African Organization of Public Accounts Committees, AfroPAC, three-day capacity building workshop on strengthening legislative oversight and lifestyle auditing held on May 18, 2026. More details in this report filed by Gift Kalonga.
In his remarks, Musowa emphasized that Parliament plays a central role in safeguarding public resources and ensuring government delivers meaningful services to citizens. He said oversight should be viewed as a public trust, stressing that budget allocations must translate into improved services, infrastructure, access to medicines, and better livelihoods for Malawians. Musowa further highlighted the importance of oversight committees, particularly the Public Accounts Committee and the Health Committee, in scrutinizing audited reports and public expenditure.
And tangible development outcomes from public investments. The inclusion of lifestyle auditing as part of the program is also commendable. Around the world, honourable members and the vice chairpersons, legislators and oversight institutions are exploring innovative ways to combat corruption and promote integrity in public service. Understanding red flags associated with unexplained wealth and inconsistencies between income and lifestyle can strengthen the capacity of oversight committees to be informed of the questions and promote accountability. Distinguished honour members and all participants, I am encouraged that the workshop adopts a practical and interactive approach, including case studies, as you can see in the manifesto of the program, the three-day program, role plays, field-based analysis, and engagement with civil society organizations. Effective oversight requires collaboration, evidence-based scrutiny, and continuous learning. Equally important is the emphasis on oversight and members of
brought together key stakeholders, including the Public Accounts Committee, Parliamentary Committee on Health, the Auditor General, the Ministry of Finance, development partners, and civil society organizations. AfroPAC, established in 2013, works to strengthen public financial oversight in Africa by empowering Public Accounts Committee to promote accountability, transparency, and effective resource management through collaboration, capacity building, and sharing of best practices. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Gift Kalonga.
This is Luntha TV News. We take a short break. Stay with us. Announcement. Transition to cashless ticketing. Malawi Airlines would like to inform all valued customers that effective 1st May, all ticket purchases will be conducted exclusively through cashless transactions. As part of this transition, payment will be accepted via bank transfers and POS machines for various banks available at our offices. This measure is designed to streamline our processes, reduce transaction times, and ensure a safer, more secure way of completing bookings. Cashless ticketing will complement our existing online booking platforms, our website, and our mobile application while aligning with global aviation practices that embrace digital payment solutions. We encourage all customers to prepare for this change by making use of the available electronic payment facilities. Our sales and airport staff will be available to guide and assist customers during this transition. For further assistance, please contact our customer service team via customerrelations@malawianairlines.com or call our support line. We remain committed to serving you with dignity, efficiency, and care as we embrace this new chapter. This announcement is brought to you by Malawi Airlines Management.
Malawi Airlines, from the warm heart of Africa.
In case you're just joining us, you are tuned on to Luntha TV News, and I'm Kathy Matura. Before we proceed, here is a recap of the top stories. Pope Leo XIV says the Lord's Ascension draws humanity toward the Father, fostering communion and peace. Public Accounts Committee of Parliament calls for government's intervention over Malawi Housing Corporation's 6.5 billion partial losses. Malawi Revenue Authority reports strong uptake of new electronic invoicing system. And in international news, Ebola outbreak kills 88 in Democratic Republic of Congo as the World Health Organization declares global emergency. Moving on with the news, government says it remains committed to improving road infrastructure across major cities, including Lilongwe, Blantyre, Zomba, and Mzuzu, in a bid to ease traffic congestion and enhance transportation efficiency. Minister of Transport and Public Works, J.P. Muhango, made the remarks during an inspection tour of the ongoing Murray Road dual carriageway project from Crossroads Hotel to Lilongwe Bridge. Emmanuel Chiwocha this report.
After the tour, Muhango said the project has faced delays due to challenges including the relocation of water pipes and delay in funding disbursement. He said he is optimistic that the Murray Road dual carriageway project will be completed by October 2026 with about 13.4 billion kwacha earmarked for the remaining works.
Against 23% of production. That's why I said on the very outset that not too satisfied, but the dissatisfaction is coming from my view. But looking at what we have also done as government in order to ensure that the contractor actually works.
Roads Authority Chief Executive Officer Engineer Joy Olongwe said the authority remains committed to ensuring corridor roads construction that will help to reduce traffic congestion in the city.
But they're giving us a grant to dualize all the way up to around Area 36 Junction, around Partners. But the government plans is to dualize right from town up to Nachengi. Designs are already completed. So the Japanese will just take a portion from town up to around area 56, around.
Lilongwe, as the capital city, continues to experience increased population growth and vehicle usage due to the rising business and economic activities, prompting the government to prioritize the roads development project. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Emmanuel Chiwo.
Malawi Health Equity Network (MHEN) Executive Director George Jobe has expressed concern over the rising number of hypertension cases, warning that the condition is increasingly leading to strokes and sudden deaths in Malawi. Jobe made the remarks as the country joined the rest of the world in commemorating World Hypertension Day on May 17th, calling for stronger awareness and prevention efforts against non-communicable diseases. Judith Organ has filed a report read in our studios by Fales Chizombe.
In an interview, Jobe said many people living with hypertension are unaware of their condition until they suffer serious complications, stressing the need for intensified public education campaigns. He further called for mass blood pressure screening, particularly for people aged 50 and above, and urged healthy facilities to ensure a steady supply of hypertension medication.
Which is a day for commemorating hypertension globally. We think this is a good opportunity for Malawi and the whole world to sensitize each other to do health education or awareness raising on issues surrounding hypertension, or in short BP as we know it. It is the time we must remind each other that hypertension is the...
Jobe also advocated for the reintroduction of physical education in schools and recommended regular exercise programs in workplaces, saying physical activity plays a key role in preventing hypertension and other lifestyle-related diseases. And
in sports news, Craig Sporting Club has suspended head coach Elia Kananji and his assistant Harrison Saidi with immediate effect following a disappointing run of results at the start of the FDH Bank Premiership season. The club's General Secretary Aaron Kandiwo Mataya confirmed the development in an interview with Luntha Television, saying the decision was made by the executive committee after a review of the team's recent performances. Our Patrick Pupa reports.
1-2. According to Mtaya, the club had high expectations for the season, but the technical panel had not delivered the results required. He added that the management could not continue without acting on the situation, and the suspension is intended to allow the club to reorganize and improve its performances.
Yeah, just to confirm that we have suspended the head coach together with his assistant coach. This is in line with how the team has started this season. We haven't started well. We are sitting on a position number 15 out of 16 teams. So we'd like to sit down with the duo and get to analyze and also review the performance of the team, because we would want to build a strong team which can compete in this league. So we believe this is one of the processes that are supposed to be followed if we are to have a good team.
Lake Sporting Club has played 4 league matches so far without a win, recording 2 defeats and 2 draws. The team has collected only 2 points and currently sits 15th on the league table. In the interim, the club has appointed Blessings Tembo as the caretaker coach. Management says it also held discussions with Kananji and Saidi to better understand the factors behind the team's poor start to the FJ Bank Premiership campaign.
In regional news, a fast-moving Ebola outbreak of the Bundibugyo strain has killed more than 80 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo and reached the major city of Goma, prompting the World Health Organization to declare an international health emergency. Amid fears the real scale of the crisis is far larger than reported. Professor Jean-Jacques Muyembe, head of the National Institute of Biomedical Research, confirmed that the epicenter lies in the Mongwabolu health zone, with infections quickly moving to Bunia, Rwambara, and now Goma. We have an Africa News report read by Charit Chilanga.
Health officials warn that the outbreak is unfolding in a densely populated, conflict-affected region, complicating containment. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus announced that the situation now constitutes a public health emergency of international concern, the organization's second highest alert level. He stressed that the outbreak does not meet the criteria of a pandemic emergency, but warned of major uncertainties around the true number of infections and the geographic spread. Africa CDC reports 88 deaths and 336 suspected cases, while Doctors Without Borders prepares a large-scale response, calling the rapid spread extremely concerning. The outbreak involves the Bundibugyo strain, first identified in 2007. Unlike the Zaidi strain, for which vaccines exist, Bundibugyo has no approved vaccine or specific treatment, and its fatality rate can reach 50%. DR Congo's Health Minister Samuel Roger Kamba confirmed that patient Zell was a nurse who reported symptoms in Bunia on April 24th. Uganda has also reported one death linked to the same strain. Local civil society groups describe a dire situation. Poor roads, insecurity, and limited laboratory capacity mean few samples are being tested, raising fears the outbreak is far larger than official figures suggest. The WHO notes that the high positivity rate, confirmed cases in 2 countries, and glowing reports of suspected infections all point towards a potentially much larger outbreak. This is the 17th Ebola outbreak in DR Congo, a country 4 times the size of France with over 100 million inhabitants. The deadliest outbreak in the region between 2018 and 2020 killed nearly 2,300 people. Ebola spreads through bodily fluids with symptoms including fever, vomiting, and hemorrhaging. The incubation period can last up to 21 days. As MSF mobilizes staff and equipment and who lamps up surveillance, authorities warn that the coming weeks will be critical in determining whether the outbreak can be contained.
That African News report on the latest Ebola outbreak, read by Charit Chilanga, brings us to the end of today's bulletin. But before we close down, let's have a recap of the top stories. From all of us here at Luntha TV, thank you for always choosing us. And on behalf of all my newsroom colleagues, we thank you for the patronage. I'm Kathy Matura. Stay blessed and keep all. Goodbye for now.